You could see baseball bats and pieces of pipe and hammers and chains. And one fella had a pitchfork.
It was like it was a feeding frenzy, like you know how sharks are they were just crazy.
And what really sticks with me were the women. They were screaming, "Kill them niggas." And they had babies in their arms.
My heart was in my throat. I knew suddenly betrayal, disaster, I hope not death.
The Freedom Rides of 1961 were a simple but daring plan. The Congress of Racial Equality came up with the idea to put blacks and whites in small groups on commercial buses, and they would deliberately violate the segregation laws of the Deep South.
We were to go through various parts of the South, gradually going deeper and deeper, and see whether places were segregated, whether people were being served when they went to get something to eat or buy a ticket or use the restrooms.
By using nonviolence, people see the contrast between your dignified, disciplined confrontation of the wrong and then the reaction of violence.
Boarding that Greyhound bus to travel through the heart of the Deep South, I felt good. I felt happy. I felt liberated. I was like a soldier in a nonviolent army. I was ready.
Those pictures were about as dramatic as anything I think anyone had ever seen coming out of the civil rights struggle. The notion that just for the attempt to sit on the front of a bus, that you could risk your life, that people could try to burn you to death was incredible.
Only thing I could hear is, let's burn them niggas. Let's burn them niggas alive.
It was clear to me that if we allowed the Freedom Ride to stop at that point, just after so much violence had been inflicted, the message would have been sent that all you have to do to stop a nonviolent campaign is inflict massive violence. It was critical that the Freedom Ride not stop and that it be continued immediately.
Soon I was shouting, "Young woman, do you understand what you're doing? You're gonna get somebody, do you understand you're gonna get somebody killed?" And there's a pause, and she said, "Sir, you should know we all signed our last wills and testaments." Here I am, an official of the United States government representing the President and Attorney General, talking to a student at Fisk University, and she, in a very quiet but strong way, gave me a lecture.
Eventually, there were over 430 Freedom Riders. It became almost a university of nonviolence. They became not just individual groups of Freedom Riders, but they had a shared experience. And they were from different parts of the country. There were different races, different religions, some cases different political philosophies, and it all got blended together.
Negroes are continuously making progress here in this country. The progress in many areas is not as fast as it should be, but they are making progress, and we will continue to make progress. No reason that in the near or in the foreseeable future that a Negro could also be President of the United States.
This was the first unambiguous victory in the long history of the Civil Rights Movement. The colored-only, the whites-only signs that had been in the bus and rail stations for generations, they finally came down.
They understood that the only way it could be done in America is through peaceful methods. And the Freedom Rides illustrated that. The people who got beaten did not strike back. The people who got beaten did not have weapons with them. It was just a stroke of genius.
Down freedom's main line, I'm riding the front seat to Nolens this time. Hallelujah, I'm a traveling. Hallelujah, ain't it fine? Hallelujah, I'm a traveling down freedom's main line.